game with no set rules. Hearts collide, no time for fools. Practice patience, play it smart. Relationships, they're a work of art. Coach and theology, rise and grind. Sports and skills all intertwined. Business deals, sharp as steel. Heart and hustle, that's the real deal.
Hello and welcome to the Monday morning edition of the Phee Smee Show with Manly Mark.
Good
How
morning.
you doing today, Mark?
I'm good, brother. How are you, man?
I had a great weekend. How about yourself?
I had a good weekend too. It always goes by too fast.
Yes,
Too fast.
Absolutely.
Not that I have to really dread the week because,
You're having a good time.
well, yeah. If this is what I'm doing, for the most part,
Manly Mark.
it's not really that bad.
Did you put on a show last Friday at noon?
Oh, I don't know. I just, I like to think I did, but whether or not people resonate with it or dig what I said, I don't know. But what did you? You watched it. What did you think?
I just was again fascinated with the content.
Was it actually interesting?
Yes, not only was it interesting, but it brought up a lot of questions that I never would have even thought about.
And so did it actually leave you considering the possibility that what they call aliens might be demons? If not, I need to get deeper.
An alien invasion deception of the second coming is already one of my game plans because that's how you would get the whole
100%,
world on
100%.
one side.
Jerry, we're ready to give this good show for you.
Great job. I'm glad Jerry's here.
Brother. Yeah, we love Jerry.
And where can I find the Manly Show?
Oh, that Cold Radio Nights asked that on Friday.
Did you tell them?
Well, I don't know.
Tell
if
them
we did.
again.
Okay, well,
12 noon.
12 noon, I guess. On
Midday Madness with Manly
on
Mark.
just
Anytime
YouTube.
we get a shot to plug our show, let's plug the show.
But where? But on YouTube.
Well,
YouTube.
let's get on the news of the weekend, Mark. You know, you got me sitting here telling everybody that the European Union and the United States is fixing to be at odds, and they up and sign a big trade agreement, 15% tariffs. The Asian markets are mixed because of it, and again, everything looks like it's hunky-dory.
Why is it hunky dory, Phee?
Absolutely,
That's the
positively not. I say.
Okay, well,
No,
why not? So you're telling me this is part of what you were, in essence, predicting would happen?
Well,
So again, you're saying you're not surprised that all this is
I'm not
happening.
surprised in the least that they signed the tariffs at 15%.
Sure.
I don't understand why everybody thinks it's an amazing negotiation tactic to say, hey, everybody's going to be charged 30 and then settle at 15. You know, the key to negotiating is leverage. And if you have the leverage, you just double the price.
Right, and you'd think America would have all the leverage.
Well, you would think, yes. But again, I think he always wanted 15% tariffs.
Oh, yeah.
So he just comes in and says he's going to charge
Well,
everybody
but-
30 and then settles Japan at 15. How do you settle Japan at 15 and announce it publicly and then go to Europe and charge them 30? They're not that bad negotiators, are they?
No, so what do you think it is?
So I think he always expected 15% tariffs.
Sure.
And just, told everybody he was going to get 30, negotiated down to 15. Everybody thinks it's a great deal.
Sure.
But he's still got some situations over there with pharmaceuticals
Okay.
and steel. And those two things, sectors.
In Europe?
In
Specifically?
Europe.
Okay.
Yeah, specifically. They're not included in the 15% tariff.
Interesting.
You got to remember that Europe, they send a whole lot of pharmaceuticals over here at a 200% increase compared to the rest of the world.
Right, like insulin. Is that where we get our insulin?
Yeah, insulin.
Okay, well, that kind of stuff needs to stop because clearly, that just kind of whoever's getting that money is a criminal.
Oh, well, that'd be the pharmaceutical company right at $36 trillion a year.
Yeah.
Healthcare and big pharma. So let's see what we can do about
Criminal.
that in the future. Also, with our stem cell initiative and regenerative medicine.
Mm-hmm. You heard it here first. The Manly Mark stem cells. No, it'd have to literally be named something not Phee Smee.
Well, we're going to have Phee Smee's coffee filters.
Okay.
Oh, you like that?
I do
don't you?
like that. I do like
Yeah,
that.
and we got the food trucks. Fill up with Phee Smee.
Fill up. You are sneaky.
Get your daily fill up with Phee. Now we're gonna have some. I've got a design on food trucks, and I expected all of the franchises, the Wendy's, McDonald's,
Okay.
Cane's Chicken, Popeyes, all of them
you need to go
will
get selling
go
on 'em.
into the food truck business.
Okay, well, you're giving away our ideas on air, man.
No brick and mortar. Well, they don't have my design for the food truck.
Okay, sure,
So,
sure.
so again, and what else is going on? Today is the start of what I've been talking about. They've already canceled it once because of the Israeli-Iran 12-day war.
Okay.
To where Germany, France, and Saudi Arabia are now talking about a two-state solution. And of course, Israel again
As you've said.
stopped the fighting in Gaza to give some food because the world's going nuts on people starving and no water, no sanitary
and I tell you,
places.
this is going to be. It's interesting. The world's finding out about Israel, and it's going to turn people. It's turning the world against Israel.
All of them. Well, that's
I know that's the Bible, biblical.
That's biblical, and that's happening every day.
But it's just, who would have thought it would turn out to be just because people start noticing. I don't know. It's crazy. That's what's interesting to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it would be.
Well, you've got a whole lot of people protesting in the United States, actually having parades and celebrating Hitler.
I know it. That's crazy. That's insane.
No, it's civil unrest. It's going to happen, and bless you. And I can tell you that the civil unrest is going to continue to get worse and worse and worse in the United States. Also, Delta Airlines
Okay.
take off on a flight from Minnesota to San Francisco, and when they land in San Francisco, Homeland Security storms the cockpit,
Okay.
arrests the co-pilot, and carries him out in front of all the passengers.
Well, what for?
And there is no explanation.
Okay. So
So how would you like to be on that plane?
I'd be kind of like thinking like, well, I mean, I'm just this. What we're thinking right now, like, well, what the heck was going on with that? The people on the plane or even the pilot sitting next to him might be thinking, what's going on here? Or maybe the pilot's the one who called the police on him because maybe that guy kept trying to take control of the plane, crash it, do something erratic, crazy, and that pilot was either just more manly of a man and physically imposed himself, or said like, you better watch out, dude, because I'm about to just get you. Or who knows? Or
Well, I
don't
can
know.
tell you what the pilot said over
well,
the
maybe I should have let
intercom.
you say it. Maybe I
And
should have let you
the
say it.
pilot over the intercom said, ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what just happened.
Okay, well, then maybe.
Maybe that he just deceived them by saying that and actually called the Homeland Security, or
That-
maybe he had no idea.
Well, I mean, if he had no idea what happened, he probably, he probably was truthful about that. If he said it,
Absolutely.
Huh, interesting. Well, there's no telling. Maybe they found some sort of information about the guy, or found a note, like a suicide note. I don't know. That it made him think he was going to do something crazy. I mean, I'm just guessing.
Now, just another
Yeah, I have no idea.
another near miss of what could have happened
That stuff's
over the weekend.
crazy. How often that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah, especially in the air, especially with the planes.
I don't like it. I don't want to get on a plane ever. I'll be happy if I never get on a plane ever.
Well, I've got to travel some, and I'm actually thinking about driving.
I'll just drive.
I'm thinking
places.
actually about just driving to Florida and meeting with these people and driving to Wisconsin. But my time is too valuable for me to be driving in the road unless we can get this road trip with Phee and just have
Well,
me.
yeah, if you could stream the whole thing, then it'd be worth it.
That's what we're going to try to do in this week. If I've got a meeting on August the 4th. After then, I've got to go. So we'll see what happens. We are starting. This is our 61st day on the air.
61 days.
We
of
have goals that we have to meet,
Phee Smee.
and by the end of our first 90 days, we will start our second phase,
Phase 2.
phase 2.
Initiating Phase 2. And tell us about Phase 2, Phee.
Well, that will include our rest of our film and our pickleball court,
Okay.
or our sound room edition,
Well-
and we'll get this Watch Phee Live, Watch Phee Die, where whatever room I'm in, wherever I go, except doctor's offices or meetings, or if I actually have a date or something like that, we won't be interviewing or viewing that. But,
well, and Jerry just asked, how can I call into the show?
Jerry, we have a 1-833 Phee Smee number. That's 1-833 Phee Smee, but I don't think you're going to be able to call in today. The phone's right over there, but I don't think we're going to be able to call in today. Mark's going to have that figured out by, what'd you say, you were trying to do that by mid-August?
Yeah, well, I think I can honestly do it earlier, because me and Joe was talking about it earlier, and of course, he came in here and said, oh, yeah, you just do a little sloopity-doop and hook up the slompity-slomp and down to the dimpity-dop, and then you can just have a live call-in show to where it's like, we want it to be more than just, okay, Jerry calls in on that phone over there. We want the call that Jerry calls in to be broadcast to this OSB, right? Like everything else is, like all the other audios. That way we could, put them on pause, hold, our callers, whatever like that. And so it'd actually be part of the program on the computer, if that makes sense for you.
Mark and I have a 1:30 show and content meeting today after his Midday Madness to discuss our website and upgrading. We want our traffic to start going there because we're not censored or banned in different countries.
I know I can say any word
you want
in a phrase I want.
That's correct.
Which, of course,
although I'm
always,
sure you will.
This is a family show.
It's a family
not
show.
Not the Phee Smee apparently, but.
I don't have any idea how that connotation even gets out there.
Well, I'm just saying.
My Phee Smee night show is as family oriented as you can get.
But it's pretty. Well, I'll say it like this: like in like I don't know, 9th grade, or maybe it's even middle school, when you have health class for the first time.
Yes.
And they make you go through like the little sexual education program. Mm-hmm. And they make you go get a signed form or whatever. We weren't allowed to do that. Maybe that's the time. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, what I'm saying is some of the things you discuss, which I'm not hating on any of it, very important information. But I'm just simply, when you say that, when I hear those kinds of topics, my mind goes back to thinking, well, my mama wouldn't sign that permission slip to let me hear this TED Talk. That's all I ain't hating.
That's okay.
I just think it's funny.
Oh, well, we talk about real issues.
Well, I mean, and they're important.
And real issues.
Because you act like they don't exist until you just pretend like nothing exists ever. And then, like, you just have to find everything out on your own, and then also pretend like it doesn't exist. And then you just kind of like, well, just a leaf blowing in the wind, man. I mean, if that makes sense.
It does. And I get where some people are uncomfortable. I'm not uncomfortable with it, and if they think that it is too risque or too bad, then they won't turn in.
Well, no, but it's for very people who want to tune in will tune in. I'm not saying I think it's particularly risque. I wouldn't let my 6-year-old daughter listen to it. I don't have a 6-year-old daughter.
No, matter of fact, that's why I put in no young people.
Well, yeah, and that's all I meant.
But again, that's
I'm just talking trash to the Phee
remember.
Smee.
Life skills, sports deals, business deals and sports drills.
Yeah, wow, those things are very important.
So,
I mean, especially like that, because there's an epidemic of young men who aren't kissing girls. Like, you talk about it. I mean, that's important.
And by the way, I got a couple of questions that were too rough for me to even.
Really?
Yes.
Did you go ahead and read them?
No, I did not.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm not going to be, crazy.
Have you had any more hate mail?
I have. I'm going to continue to have hate mail.
See, that makes me uncomfortable.
Well, you're going to have some too sooner or later.
Yeah, I know.
But as anti-Semitics continue across the world and into our country, you're going to see that Germany, even France, Macron today.
Yeah, what he did
said that the EU submitted to Trump on these tariffs, and that he was unhappy with it. So,
sure.
There's our boy Macron.
Well, and you'll get to reading on Night with Phee one night and be like, oh, here's some hate mail. You're just a Israeli shill getting paid the Israeli money. Ha ha. Signed, not Manly Mark. And you'd be like, wait. No, I'm just teasing.
Again,
I wish we was getting that Israeli money.
If you want to talk, I just continue to tell you that.
I wish we was getting that money.
Zechariah 2 again tell you he's just going to build a wall of fire around Jerusalem. Jerusalem's not going to fall. The whole world is trying to get to Israel, United States, and Jordan, and they're not going to be able to do it. I mean, I tell you, all throughout history, he just scatters the Jewish people. He's unhappy with the Jewish people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just joking around.
He's going to dwell in that temple. He's spirit.
Yeah. Whose spirit's going to dwell in what temple?
The third temple.
God's spirit's going to dwell in the third temple?
When they all come down in that third temple, the God will actually be right there.
In the third temple?
He's everywhere. He's omnipotent. He's omnipresent.
He's going to, God's going to dwell in the third temple that the Jews worship in?
Not at that time.
Well,
how about the 1,000-year reign?
Okay, well, yeah, during the 1,000-year reign, sure.
Well, that's after the Battle of Armageddon.
Okay, I just want to know at what point.
And that's going to be in Jerusalem.
Well, but to me, it's a very important distinction to say, okay, well, if they built the third temple tomorrow,
no.
I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying, say tomorrow, the third temple is just there, and they're doing sacrifices. Mm-hmm. That's a bold claim to say that the Spirit of God would be in that temple when they're doing those sacrifices.
Well, it is,
in my opinion.
Not only that, but when the Antichrist stands in that temple 3.5 years and stops those animal sacrifices.
Right.
But God will dwell there, and when Jesus puts his foot on the Mount of Olives and looks at that temple.
Well, I'm not denying that part.
That will happen.
But to say that to connect the Spirit of God to I guess when they reinstate the sacrificial system, that's pretty spooky to me. Because I'd say, well, I don't know. Because to me that'd be pagan worship.
Absolutely,
and not in a hateful way. If anyone who's sacrificing animals to any god, I would say that's pagan. Submit to Jesus.
You would, but the Israelis wouldn't.
Right, and they would have that right to worship how they saw fit. I'm not denying that. But to say then that them commencing that worship would induce the Spirit of God into the temple, well, no, because the Spirit of God is the Holy Spirit, okay? Well, Holy Spirit
lives within us.
Those who believe in Jesus.
Yes, and there's the difference in the Christian view and the Jewish view.
Well, yeah.
And we have to understand that they are wrong.
Well,
we're right, but God's going to give them an opportunity to get right.
But that's not the point. All I'm saying is I don't think the Spirit of God's going to be in the temple when they're doing whatever sacrifices.
The Spirit of God will be in that temple as soon as my Lord Jesus Christ defeats Satan at the Battle of Armageddon.
Oh, well, sure, yeah.
And sets up his 1,000-year reign.
I'm not arguing that.
And the temple has to be built in order for that to happen.
I'm not arguing that.
Jesus has to come back for the second coming.
Is there any news on the building of the third temple?
No.
We might literally wake up one day and they'll just unveil it like, hey, we just secretly built the third temple. No one noticed.
That's not going to happen either. No, when that two-state solution agreement is signed, it will.
Do you think that will lead to the?
Yes.
Well, tell me how, because
that's part of the negotiations of the 5 characteristics.
Okay, so what you're saying is
a shared temple mount.
So what you're saying is they'll say, okay, in order to have a two-state solution, have a Palestinian actual government here in the country, we have to have a shared temple mount, because who's an authority of the temple mount right now? It's not the Palestinians, is it? It's Jordan,
under Arab rule.
Okay, so
because they have the mosque.
So what you're saying, so what you're saying is, say these Arab countries who are in the negotiations will have to concede those types of things.
Well, remember, forget Gaza.
Okay.
They'll do what they want to with Gaza.
Right. But we'll build some hotels.
The two-state solution will be that the Palestinians will have a state recognized state in the Judea, Samaria, which is called the modern-day West Bank.
Okay.
The Jewish settlers that are there will be able to stay there.
Okay.
They will have a two-state shared temple, 7-year temporary peace plan.
Interesting. Okay.
During the first 3.5 years, they will build that temple.
Okay. Let me ask you this, not to stop you and interrupt, but so if they do a two-state solution, do you think that is the peace plan or just laying the groundwork for the peace plan?
Depends on the 5 characteristics. If the characteristics are biblical, then yes, that's the peace plan. You got 7 years.
But if it's not,
It's just
and
another peace plan.
And it's just a regular two-state solution. That doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to happen soon, but right?
That's correct.
Okay, I'm just
But it would
thinking
not,
about all the
it
angles.
would not be the same if they just come up with another Abram's covenant
accord,
accord. They would try their best to get some of these things done. Then that's not the.
So you think well, where are we at in the timeline as far as the two-state solution negotiations are?
You've got a United Nations meeting in New York in September. You've got Macron in Germany and Saudi Arabia talking about actually negotiating that two-state solution without Israel and without the United States participating.
Well, but do they have a deadline as far as like when they want to actually instate a two-state solution?
I know.
Okay, I was just wondering.
But I have a feeling it's going to be in the fall.
Oh, Phil had a vision, everybody. I know this isn't his kingdom's coming to him, but Phil had a vision, and something's going down in the fall. Phee thinks this fall, but it could be the next 4 falls. But when the leaves are brown. But here, let me ask you this: are the leaves brown? Oh, the leaves are brown because it's fall, or the leaves brown because they're wilted?
Good point, but I think it's gold, purple, red,
Okay. See, I
brown.
didn't see it. My eyes didn't see it.
So I think that when the leaves start turning, that you'll have something going on.
Well, we got to get that funding because the first thing I'm going to do is buy my stash
Rice
of
and
rice.
beans, I know.
I swear, it eats away at my mind, Phil. I promise it does because I think every day something's going to pop off and I'm going to have to eat my neighbors.
Well,
or
you
something.
know, on our podcast, we've talked about
I'm a cannibal,
the
everybody.
Euphrates River drying up.
Okay, how's any news on that?
Yes, it's drying up. It never dried. It's never been dried in history. Now the people are wading across it.
Well, you know what? If it's because of one of those dams, I'm just going to go start shoveling away at that dam and be like,
There is one dam
and
in
you know
Syria.
what? And then watch it turn out like, and the end times doesn't happen, and then in like 30 years it happens, and they, Jesus literally says, "Wow." One guy just literally he brought water back to the Euphrates, and I said, dang, okay, yeah, I'll hold off. I'm just saying.
If Syria that built that dam, if they are actually doing it on purpose,
Well, and this is,
I have a feeling what they're going to say is that it's it's to go Greenpeace and
sure.
all the
well, and let me tell
climate change.
I'm not no Assad fan, but isn't it interesting how you hear for years, oh, Assad's so bad, he's so evil, bad, so evil, bad, so evil, we have to get rid of him. Oh, we finally got rid of him, yay, hooray. Oh no, now an even worse person is in power or in control of Syria, and now they're mass murdering Christians. We have seen the same thing over and over.
And
it's just like, why do we keep following? I'm not saying Assad
By the
was
way,
that
they're
good.
going to have another elections here in the fall.
Well, but it's just, why? How do we keep, I don't know. It's just like, I remember literally like, well, I don't know. I just remember even preachers saying like, oh, we got to pray for Syria because that Assad cat's bad. He wasn't I don't think he was too terribly awful. I mean, maybe the Christians weren't treated that good in Syria because, the civil
He
war
wasn't
going
mass
on.
slaughtering them, though.
Well, I don't think so. Maybe people would claim he was because it's just the same thing. Like, I remember that whether it's propaganda or not. Assad's gassing the rebels or whatever. It's like, well, what convenient propaganda? Whether or not that's actually happening, same deal with the weapons.
Surprised you remember that. How long ago was that?
I couldn't tell you, but I just remember. I mean, it's not that I've seen anything about it. I just remember.
Yeah.
But the same thing with the weapons of mass destruction. We got to get rid of Saddam Hussein. Oh, there were no weapons of mass destruction, but sure, the folks who came in after him mass slaughtered Christians. Saddam Hussein, I don't know if he was that good of a guy, but I know in the 80s a church in Detroit burnt down and he paid to have it rebuilt. Well, that's not too bad of a thing, And they even talk about how one of his favorite holidays was Christmas. Well, he was a Muslim. I don't know. It's just these people, you look into it, and it's like, well, yeah, he was a dictator, maybe the sovereign leader of his country. And because of the culture and because of the values instilled in him because of the culture and religion, we could view it as barbaric or harsh. But, man, the folks that came in after him were whole lot more barbaric and harsh. Or
Well,
even like in Iran, like you look into like Iran, like before, I don't know, I haven't looked too much into Iran situation, but like whatever they call that, right? Whatever revolution, Iranian revolution, Alto revolution, I don't know, revolution. You see Iran, a beautiful place with these women in dresses and nice, beautiful hair and beautiful Iranian women. And then the CIA-backed revolution that then Iran has been like since then. Oh, now these women have to wear potato sacks and they're oppressed, and it's like, why do we keep doing that, man? Same thing with Gaddafi, probably the literacy rate went up under his rule. He built hospitals.
Saddam Hussein, I did not know, Mark, that he built a church
I could be lying. I could be lying.
In Michigan. I did not know his
he liked Christmas. Man.
His favorite holiday was Christmas. But I do know
he
that
even liked Passion of the Christ.
He was responsible.
That was one of his favorite movies, Passion of the Christ. And he said if Jesus had been born to the Iraqis, we wouldn't have treated him like that. But I could be lying. You see stuff on the internet, I could be lying. But the point being, we keep disposing of these leaders that we always hear are evil and detestable and terrible, only to be replaced by people who are even worse, who then mass murder Christians and minorities in their countries. And it's like, well, dadgummit, it happened again.
Well, you might be giving information that is not correct, but that you believe in. But I can tell you that I know Saddam Hussein was responsible for the fifth trumpet.
Well, I don't know nothing about
so
that.
So the fifth trumpet is in, and it's because Saddam
Hussein
and
I'm not pro Saddam
actually lit those those oil fields.
I'm not pro Islam.
He lit those oil fields on fire, causing the sun and the moon to not be able to be seen for 3 days. Therefore, he is the responsible for the fifth trumpet, as you will see. The sixth trumpet is
we will see
World War III.
We'll find
and the
out.
seventh trumpet is our Lord coming back, rapturing the church, bringing his rewards for the elect, and then fighting at the Battle of Armageddon.
I hope I get a cool sword, man.
So anyway, I bet you get a real
I
cool
don't want
sword.
one of those lame katanas, man.
No.
I want a cool double-edged European blade.
Well, I guarantee you one thing: you're liable to have it. Because when my Lord Jesus Christ comes back, he ain't coming back with a little lamb sitting.
Well,
on his
I
head.
tell you, when I imagine in my brain, sometimes I'll fighting demons. I got a little sword and I'll chase them around, chop them right up.
Your demons, with these
dreams,
people talking about, I think folks are really getting more and more nervous about the spirit world of talking about these aliens and these demons. I mean, you're right on topic, because how do you get the whole world to join together if you are trying to fight one another?
Yeah.
So an alien invasion is certainly one of the three different ways that they could deceive.
But what do
the
you think
world.
about that company that I showed the videos of, the Skywatchers?
I think again,
it's
I
like
didn't know a company like that. Existed.
And where they talk specifically about summoning these things. Again, it's because they don't come from far away; they come from elsewhere, man. That's the point. But therein lies the deception, because if you don't know that much about it, you already think, oh, well, they come from some distant galaxy. Whoa. No, they come from some other plane of existence that's just unperceivable by us. That's, we can't perceive it. Like, there's just little shrimpies that exist out there. And they say, oh, they got I'm making this up. They say got like 10, 12 color cones, or so much more than us, and can perceive a magnitude more colors than we can. Well, okay, if that's the case, if we can only perceive a certain amount of color, what exists beyond our perceivable, you know what I'm saying, our perception? I don't know.
Well, a lot of people say animals actually see an aura around humans.
That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they can just perceive things differently. Or what kind of beings exist out of the perception, in that sense,
Yep. If you can't see it, touch it, feel it, taste it, again, in the 80s when I was talking about wireless communications and satellite uplinks, you had a lot of people just don't believe it. They don't see it. They don't understand it. That's why payroll deduction is so big with investments and with insurance. I mean, if you never see it, they'll take it right out of your check, no problem whatsoever.
That's why I'm so good. I'm not preparing for retirement.
Well, I mean, I think
I'm convinced of the end times are happening. But 60 years, you'll see me at the local Walmart handing out stickers.
yes, that's. I don't think that's the ideal situation.
No.
You prepare, but you also have beliefs. I'd go with the short-term strategies rather than long-term. Right now, everybody's thinking about that the stock market's going to be fine. When they say all-time highs, you've got tariffs. Remember, the 18 months after the tariffs, when you will be able to see what effect it is on the economy. But right now, if you're 40, 50 plus, and you've got 700,000 to $1.5 million in your 401k, how about taking the year off and keeping what you got, or moving it into gold,
or just give it all to me.
Sidelines.
Give it all to me.
Because if you wake up one day and 50% of it's gone, it affects your life.
Yeah, that'd be a bad time.
And you are in some unforeseen territory.
Yeah, because you've already been planning to have that money, I'm assuming.
Well, they're planning to live on that, $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, based on what their 401k is.
Man, $10,000 a month would be nice.
Well, you can get there. You can get $5,000 a month from your 401k.
You know how I'd do it? $10,000 a month.
401, you'd spend it. You'd put you some goats, some cows. You'd put a fence up. You'd be self-sufficient. You'd probably build you a well.
I might. If I was making $10,000 a month, that'd be a hard sell on my wife. But I might just try to find some acreage out around where we live. Some more acreage, like 10, 20, 30 acres. Then build a new house, one that's more to my style. Either plantation style or a little more cabiny. Man, those dogs! I'm about to go karate chop them, man.
They've probably got a cat in the front yard.
Yeah.
So,
but $10,000 a month, I'd buy a lot of silly things.
Well, $10,000 a month is not a lot of money.
No, but it would be.
You need to be making $30,000 a month, and
I go hiking.
Then you can start talking about acreage and all that type of stuff.
Well, yeah.
And we'll get there. We're just not going to get there in the next 90 days.
Well, yeah, but if we do get there, I'm not going to tell my wife about it for a while.
Good. That's encouraging.
And then
that's called communication.
And then just drop on her I get a big old giant pile of money, spread out on the bed. And then when else she'll come in and just see it. No, nothing nasty, nothing. No, shit. I mean, no, sicko. She'll come in and just see it and be like, "What in the world is this?" And she'll be like,
"What
thinking,
bank did you rob?"
And she'll be thinking it's fake, and I'll be like, "Walter White, baby, ha, check me out. I'm Walter White. I sold drugs. What do you think about that, Mama?"
Walter White.
I'm a druggie. I'm a drugger.
Do you think people actually know that terminology that are watching the Phee Smee
Walter
show?
White. Everyone knows Walter White.
Okay.
But then at some point I'll just be like, "No, baby, I'm just making that money." And then she'll be like, "Well, clean this crap up, idiot." Okay, sorry.
All right, folks. You hear it here on Monday morning with Manly Mark. It's an amazing day. Manly, I wanted to talk to you today about something that's been on my mind for about 3 or 4 months that I keep continuing to say, I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it, and then I do not talk about it. So today we're going to talk about it.
Well,
better be interesting. We're going to talk about what I believe is the most dangerous things to the United States. And it is called drones.
Drones, okay.
Drones are going to be, when you think about drones, people think about how big the drones are going to be, okay? The size of school buses.
No, man, they'll have little army swarms.
Now, I want you to know they are going to be flies.
Yeah, with little ball bearings, so they can just explode.
Dragonflies.
I'm telling you, we be knowing.
So think small.
Mm-hmm.
Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a blackbird.
Well, yeah.
Flocked.
Yeah.
Okay? To be able to spray the pestilence to affect the soils, to affect the crops, interrupt the food supply chain, the water. Those are the type of the drone methods that you're going to see. They're not going to be big drones. They're going to be small, and they're going to be like an insect type.
Oh, yeah, I can see that, man. I can see that.
That's what.
Especially once they're integrated with AI.
Yes. Can you imagine not knowing whether that's a real fly.
Well, and you see the meme all over the place about, are the birds real? The birds aren't real. But it's like a lot of these things you laugh off. There is a deeper truth into it, in the sense of they very well could do what you're saying.
And they will.
They will.
As a matter of fact, I believe it's out there right now.
But they can also just, you'll get to the point where just swarms of little tiny drones will start killing folks or assassinating folks.
Do you know nanobots are so small to go inside your body and going to cure a lot of diseases? Just think about the same thing with your drones.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be smaller and people, not larger.
Spooky.
And so I've been meaning to tell you about that, but I want people to be on the lookout for the wasp, the flies, the dragonflies, the birds. Those are the drones that worry me, not the skies, the school
We'll make
buses.
a song about
drones.
About that, drones, yes. And we'll play it on the Phee Smee show.
Well,
because we want folks to be aware.
How would you like it if I told you that North Korea and Russia have started doing direct flights into each other's countries?
Well, I don't think I would like. Well, actually, I don't think I'd be affected by that knowledge at all.
Well, that is happening today.
Okay, well, why is that important? Because I'd be thinking like, well, good for them. They're friends. I'm glad they're friends.
Yes, but I don't know what they can carry back and forth on the open commercial airlines.
Friends. I mean, because I'm sure at this point they've already had or do have rail cars going in and out. So it's like, well, they already have like direct rail cars, and I could be wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me if they have rail cars. Well, I say that I can't even picture the geography in my brain. So,
well, you got a long railroad.
I don't know, man.
Ride from North Korea to
I couldn't
Russia,
tell you.
But I do appreciate that.
Are they attached to China?
Geographical.
Are they attached to China?
They're in the Asian Pacific.
Well, but I don't know nothing. I don't know. Don't give me a line about that.
Get Taiwan, and you get
Taiwan's
China,
an island,
Japan
though,
over there,
isn't it?
Korea, and all of them over there on that continent.
Mm-mm.
So, and then you got how do you like the fact that Russia and Alaska are just that close to one another?
Well, I wouldn't mind.
Wouldn't you love to be up there on that post?
Yeah, if I wasn't on that post, no, I'd like to just own some land in Alaska. If I wasn't married and had saved up a little cash, you can find some cheap acreage out there. It was like 10 or 20 acres. It was 20 acres for like $30,000 or $20,000, but it was 5-mile kayak or boat down a creek, river, right? Down a river that leads into the ocean, on a small little island, and then you have to hike a mile inland to your property. That also has a little creek that comes down it. And so just like, how perfect would that be? Making a little cabin.
It's definitely isolation right there.
Just living. But then when you get every Friday night, make the little 5-mile boat paddle around noon to town, get lunch, get your supplies ready, get your little boat packed up, go into the pub, hang out, hang out with the local folks, make some friends, and then paddle back up, light my lantern, and start going on back. But the only problem was, I think it was like it could have been like Kodiak bear territory, where they got the Kodiak bears. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Big old giant.
Between the Kodiak bears and the whales.
But I would have either just stayed in town somewhere, made a friend, stayed in for the night, or I would have just camped out somewhere. But I've been fine. It'd been so fun.
Again,
but then you fall in love and get married.
Cold. It gets cold.
No, I'd adapt.
It gets cold in the middle of the summer.
Adapt.
This is a production room that has tons of heat coming out of it, and he blocks the air conditioning ducts because he's so cold. So let's move to Alaska with the bears and the whales.
I could adapt.
Yeah, you could adapt.
I'd have a good time, but now I'm married, and I can't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, married and a father, and bless your hearts, you have the responsibilities, or you can't go out with the Kodiak bears.
Well, because what kind of life is just working on the hamster wheel?
One of the best Coast Guard is stationed in Kodiak, Alaska.
I don't want to do no Coast Guard swimming and stuff. I don't care for swimming.
Well, that's one of the that's.
I can.
You have
I just
to be
don't
some
care.
real strong swimmers to get out in that cold.
I just don't care for that. I could maybe.
You have to have the right equipment too.
Oh well, yeah. I just don't care for that. I just want to live in a little cabin, with a little wood stove, have a little solar panel that just gives me a little light bulb, or even just use a kerosene lantern. Play a little music, read some books, tend to my little garden, explore.
No garden in Alaska.
I have a little green. You don't even know nothing. I could be growing something, man.
He'd definitely be growing something.
I'd be doing a little hunting, a little fishing. I'd be living, man. Give me a little like Alaskan honey out there.
Good luck with the Alaskan honey also. You know, speaking, I really like the Coast Guard. They don't get enough credit.
Okay.
I also like the first responders. These people don't get paid enough.
Okay.
And, you know, when everything else shuts down, the Coast Guard goes out.
Sure.
If somebody gets lost in the woods or somebody has an accident up on a mountaintop or somebody gets, a burn victim or a drowning victim, these first responders, they have to go out. They have to find these people. They have to recover those bodies. They've got a real tough job to be making $25 an hour or less.
That's spooky, man.
And so those are the folks. The National Guard's going to play a great role in the United States in the future. They're going to help us win with the civil unrest. I'm proud to know that the United States has that type of folks that are good people that work, and then they can be called as the National Guard and restore order. And I think these first responders, these police, we're going to have to pay them more because they're going to be so important to us in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So, what else is going on, Mark?
Couldn't tell you. Didn't pay attention to nothing. I was disconnected all weekend. I think so, anyways.
You were disconnected all weekend long.
Yeah, I just Friday worked in my yard. Saturday worked in the yard. Went to family's house. Sunday went to church. Worked in the yard.
Had a good weekend.
Yeah.
Didn't shuck corn for 8 hours?
No, didn't do none of that.
Okay. Well, when I told you earlier the Euphrates River was drying up, I want to read Revelation 16:12 to you.
Let's see it.
And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
Yeah. Wow.
That is Revelation 16:2, and the Euphrates River, by the way, is drying up.
Well, why don't they just fly over it? Or
why don't they just pour some more water in it, huh?
well, yeah, I don't know, man.
So how long is it going to take? You think it'll take another couple of years?
Couldn't tell you. I have
think it'll take
no
another
idea.
6 months? You think it'll take another 7 years?
Well, I don't know. I don't know at which rate it's drying up.
I tell you that, when the Bible speaks to the Euphrates River significantly from ancient times, and it was one of the greatest rivers.
Well,
so for people to be walking across it and wading across
I'm just saying, if you think about it, the region in which the Bible was written, Euphrates was there and pretty important, I imagine.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. It was. It'd
be like if the Bible was written in the Mississippi River Delta. Yeah.
From the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico.
These prophecies would be referencing the Mississippi.
Yeah, that's why the Sixth Trumpet War is going to be right out of the Euphrates River.
Well, we'll see about that, because that doesn't sound like a good place to be fighting a war.
Well, that's where it's going to start, and that's Iraq, Iran, Syria.
And I say that. I don't know where the best place is. I don't know if I had to fight a war, if I'd rather fight in the woods, a forest, a jungle, a desert.
I think you want to fight on your home territory where
an urban
the terrain
setting,
better than your opponent.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like buildings and everything, having to go like skyscraper, like
urban.
Urban, that'd be terrible.
Urban, baby.
Just think about how many hiding places and holes and having to go up. You could spend hours just looking in one little spot.
You'd be hiding in the elevator shaft. What you be doing?
Well, I don't know where I'd be hiding. I'm not an urban guy. But like if it was like hiding in the forest, I'd go find a hole to crawl in or something.
You and Robin Hood?
Me and Robin Hood, yeah. Little John.
I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, but I'm here to tell you, when we start talking about Little John and Robin Hood, it's a Monday morning with the manly Mark.
Well, I don't know nothing about that, but I'm not necessarily that good of a woodsman. But I'd say I'd feel more comfortable skipping and scurrying around the forest than I would
up in the urban
Yeah,
17th
now granted, there
floor.
probably would be more hiding spots, so maybe I would fare better in a little urban area. But
Well, you just burned the building down.
I go find
knucklehead.
some dumpster to sit in.
You know, you don't want to be up on the 87th floor. They just set it to rest
No,
on fire.
like I said,
fire
I'd go find
rises.
some dumpster to sit under or in.
You know,
And just do this.
You and 15 million other homeless folks. So,
And then some other homeless guy come in and be like, it's taken. This dumpster's taken. Go on.
yeah, good luck with that.
I tell you, I had over the weekend, I was talking to my, if you're listening, brother-in-law, it's really aggravated me. Really aggravated me.
Your brother-in-law?
Yes. I mean, not really. I mean, because it's like I love these types of conversations, but I just like to believe in negative things, you know. And he sent me a podcast, haven't listened to it yet, about, we was talking about weather manipulation at one time and how the floods in Texas were probably caused by weather manipulation. But apparently this Rainmaker CEO or guy went on this podcast and explained in-depth process, which, you know, pretty simple, silver iodide spread from the clouds, but talked about how he essentially...
Say that again, because people would like
silver
to hear
iodide
that.
that they spray up in the clouds.
There you go.
But the main point being is that the company that he works with or for or whatever, his clients are mostly like my brother-in-law, like I said, I haven't listened to it, described it as a co-op of farmers that get together and hire this guy out to make it rain, right? And so this guy was claiming that the amount of precipitation that his company produces and this and that had nothing to do with the floods. And so, you know, probably cleared him of that. Now, my first thought was, well, I'd be saying the same thing if I did cause it. But my brother-in-law essentially said, no, he gets pretty in-depth into it. But he did concede now the floods in Dubai that were caused by that.
Well, if
You
you
know,
can
and
see
so
that,
and so you can
he's
definitely
looking for plausible deniability, and in my opinion,
Well, but
he doesn't have it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, but if I need to listen to it because if the guy makes sense, it makes sense. But I definitely think those things are still used for nefarious reasons or weaponized or can be used to actually produce a whole lot more than intended.
You're going to find that no matter in
But
all
I'm just
these
saying,
medical techniques.
I'm not willing to say, well, if I'm wrong on that one, I'm wrong.
Again, if you can utilize it for good, you can utilize it for bad.
Well, yeah.
And
I mean,
that-
well,
and-
because to me, the point is also that proof of concept. Well,
And
most
that
people,
is, you definitely have proved the
because
concept.
most people would even deny that they could do that. Because I've been talking about weather manipulation for years, and I've had people say, "Huh, scoff, huh, only God could do that. Only God could control the weather." And then my first thought's like, don't put him in that box, because, you know, I mean, are you okay? Well, here's the proof. These other people are manipulating weather. Now, is your faith in God shaken?
No.
Well, no. But, you know, people just scoff at those types of ideas until they're just presented with them. But I don't know, man.
Remember that in the end, my Lord's going to use everything He wants to confuse all the people.
Well, yeah.
And that wireless communication, those
Strong
satellite,
delusion.
I mean, it's going to be just illusion. They're going to think they're going to bomb somebody, and it's going to just blow up in their face.
Come on now.
So, you know, he's going to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, how he wants to, and he's going to have them so confused they're not going to know one end from the other.
Mm-hmm.
So he is the Lord God Almighty, the Creator. What do you say? You need to worship the Creator, not the created.
Yes.
You know how many times I've used that since you said it?
I have no idea.
Normally, I always credit you, but I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and steal it from now
That's
on.
fine, but I just use it in your mind.
Well, it's very, very, it's excellent.
Well, who have you been using it to?
Night with Phee. I
okay.
told him the other night, I said, like, as if Mark says, you know, you have to worship the Creator. I had a question about astrology.
Interesting.
And, you know, the zodiac signs and,
yeah.
and the moon phases. And I said, yeah, absolutely, it's real. It's real because my Lord, He made the heavens and the earth.
Hey, come on now.
And He definitely has a gravitational pull in the moon and the moon phases.
Yeah.
And when you were born and where you were born and how you were born, there's no question it has some effect. But when you live your life by the horoscope, then you are basically worshiping the created, not the Creator.
Yeah.
So that's why I credited you with that the other day.
I don't know, man.
Well, I found very
I might not have even made it up.
interesting, Mark, that you were talking about the Allison Crowley guy Friday.
Okay, yeah. How
And
come?
the pictures you showed of the UFO, I mean the aliens on both sides of him, they pretty much just they took those drawings of what he said, and that's kind of what everybody's been on the movies and stuff. Mm-hmm. They look exactly like what we are supposed to look like.
I'm fairly certain Aleister Crowley is the one who drew the depiction of the one on the left himself, of what he saw, the being he saw, Lamb. And the point is, it's like, well, yeah, these things are, it's a supernatural, it's a spiritual phenomenon. Even like if you listen to, Tucker Carlson, like Tucker Carlson's done whole episodes where he goes into this and talks about how he has seen documents and talked to people that have made him convinced it is a spiritual thing, that the UFO, the whole alien thing, is a supernatural, spiritual thing, and that it shook him up, he said. Like, I think he was even said, like, it shook him up so bad he didn't even want to tell his wife about it. Like his wife, saying, what's bothering you? And he just didn't want to talk about it, so... And I would say that Tucker Carlson's been a lot more religious, lately too. So it's like, I don't know. There's something, I believe, a spiritual aspect to the whole UFO alien phenomenon. And it's just twisted in popular media as they come from a faraway place. They seeded life on Earth, I think that, like that. I think that's the point, it's a deception. So I don't know, man, but I think there's something. If an alien landed down, came in here, busted up in here, first words out of my mouth are, "In the name of Jesus, be gone, devil." As I'm trying to find something to bludgeon it with, but I think these things are demonic.
Well, I totally agree with you, and I think what you're going to find in the future is going to get worse and worse and worse.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Think about a time where, okay, well, if they disclose, which they've been disclosing stuff. They even just openly admit that UFOs are real now. But if they disclose that aliens are real and that they've been in cahoots with them for a while, and these things are now free to walk among us, right? In essence, we're just accepting demons walking among us. But they're just rebranded as, otherworldly visitors. Oh, how exciting! Well, it's so interesting. But think about how spooky that's going to be. A world where they're openly walking among us instead of in the shadows. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, why, man?
Will you know what today is?
I don't know what's going to happen, but...
Do you know what today is?
What? Tell me.
Today is the 28th of July.
Well, he's got to make it... I don't know if it's the 31st month or 30th month, but he's got to make it
31 days.
Okay, you've got to make it 3 more days, and then we'll see if you live.
But I want to read this to you.
Read it to me.
Black hole appeared in Canada and will swallow Earth on July 28, 2025. So this could be our last show.
What is today? 28th right here?
Yes, today is the day that the black hole that appeared in Canada will swallow the Earth. So this is it for us, the last day.
What would you do if, as we were speaking, like stuff started like sucking away? I'd be like, "You didn't tell? You could have told me this yesterday."
Well, I don't believe it.
Well, I wouldn't have came to work. I would have been spending time with my wife.
But I do believe that I wanted to read this to you.
I got to go.
Black hole appeared in Canada and will swallow Earth July 28, 2025.
Well, I hope not.
In an unprecedented cosmic event, a gigantic black hole has suddenly appeared in close proximity to Earth's atmosphere, visibly looming in the sky above residential areas across North America and Europe. The phenomenon, first reported at dawn this morning, has been confirmed by multiple space agencies. Experts report that the black hole, measuring thousands of kilometers across, is defying all known laws of astrophysics by existing this close to Earth without immediate gravitational collapse. Yet its presence is already distorting light, time, and space. You were talking about grids going out. Also, telecommunications are beginning to fail in several regions as magnetic fields distort.
What website is this, Phil?
This is on the Peaceful.
Don't throw stuff on the table. Just a page called Peaceful.
There
Interesting.
You go. Several different space and distortions. What do you think about that, Mark?
Well,
is that fake news right there, or what?
It's probably fake news.
Is that what you see about deception?
Well, I guess.
I mean,
just
you would
because
think that the lie would be, hey, 3 weeks from Thursday. You remember 2 years ago? You don't. You don't remember 6 months ago when drones were flying in the Northeast.
Are you kidding? Yes, I do.
But in 2023, NASA reported that a meteor was 97 years away from destroying the Earth.
Sure.
Now they have upped that to where it's in the next 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to continue to try to scare.
As Warner von Braun says.
Yes, as your main man.
Well, he's not my main man.
Well, I mean, I think he's phenomenal when it comes to not your main man as you like him, but you certainly have contact with him. And he's very interesting.
I tell you, a lot of interesting folks, man.
Well, you've got an interesting lineup for this week. Mark has prepared great for this week. Every single day you'll have a different topic of intrigue and things that you will be excited about hearing.
Hope so.
I really like your monologues, but before you come on, very impressed with those, and I really like the set and everything. The context that you bring is very, very intriguing.
I just wish I had more time to get more in depth, because there's times where I'm thinking about my show after the fact, and I think, ooh, I should have brought up this or that, or showed this or that. That would have really reinforced certain points.
Well, that's why you go an hour rather than 40 minutes.
Well, yeah, but I think on one hand, I need to make the show about one thing, and then spend time pre-making these things that we release that are just like, oh, Phee Smee special report. Did you know that aliens are demons? And then, just like maybe it's 7 minutes, but it's just packed full of all the pictures, documents, whatever, and then so it's essentially, I don't know if that makes sense.
It's a recap
but
of
it's
your
a little
show.
Phee Smee special report.
It's kind of like highlights.
Well, but this is a Phee Smee special report.
This is a Phee Smee
Well, at the end, I'll say,
report.
This is Mark DeMint with, or
You
this
do
is mainly
know that
Mark
when
with Phee
anything
Smee
is happening in the world, we will go live.
Well, yeah, we'll go live, and I'll be like, Phil, did you see it? They built the third temple. They built the third temple. Can you believe it? And they're doing the thing with the thing and the cow.
Red heifers.
And they're
they've
burning
already got
it.
educated on that. You're going to find out. This stuff's. I mean, it's happening.
And just
every
wait till we
single
have the
day.
funding.
It's happening every day.
Just wait till
people.
we have the funding and be like, this is Manly Mark with Phee Smee over here. We're live at the third temple. Phee, what do you think? We bought our doves. We got our little yarmulkes on, and we're about to go into it. See what's going on. Let's go, Phee.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for showing up today and joining the Phee Smee Show with Manly Mark. Today we have Manly Mark at noon with Midday Madness with Manly Mark.
We'll see.
And
I might cancel.
We have Night with Phee at 9 p.m. Also debuting the Man in the Mirror, getting a lot of equipment today.
Yes,
We're going to put up 3 or 4 and let you guys enjoy that, and then we'll release one a day. We're learning to set up to release things at certain times. We haven't figured that out yet, obviously.
What do you mean?
The Friday night was dropped at 8 at the same time the 5 keys.
Are you sure?
Dropped. Yes, I'm very
How
sure.
are you sure?
Because I've watched it before.
But let me ask you this:
supposed to drop.
you might have been able to watch it because it was listed as private on our channel. And so
it had 3 views on it.
Well, and see, that was interesting
noon.
because I got on my phone to see if it had dropped, and I couldn't view it because I also saw the view count on that, and I thought, well, I was thinking like, now there's no way Phil has watched this 3 times, but because it said scheduled for 9 p.m. whatever, right? And then when I pulled up my phone, I couldn't see it, but the fact that it had views, that's what I don't know. So because it was simple enough just to say like when you publish it. Instead of saying, publish now, you just hit the little calendar and say, oh, schedule. Oh, today, 9 p.m. Central Time. And, and so that seemed simple enough. And so if there's something I did wrong, it seems simple.
Who knows? We don't mind making mistakes.
No.
Obviously,
we'll make a million more.
We will make a lot more. And like I tell my students, hey, expand your skill set.
Yes. Let's
get used to doing things that are uncomfortable until we rep them.
Yes, but folks, thanks again for stopping in this morning. On Monday, we always enjoy spending our Monday mornings with those who tune in to the Phee Smee Network's the Phee Smee show with Manly Mark. So like Phee said, tune in 12 o'clock, Midday Madness mainly, and then again tonight at 9 with